Morning, morning, morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we're honoured to have Shayne Marie, who is a radio presenter. So I've got to be on point with the quality of the sound here. And she's for Capital Xtra, and she's got the Breakfast Club, is that right?
Breakfast show.
The Breakfast Show. So nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, that's good.
So exciting.
So tell us, were you always an outgoing person at school?
No, I've always been relatively shy. I had a lot of friends in school, and I think I was quite outgoing around them, but around other people, no, I've always been quite shy, and I'm still quite shy now, actually.
Okay, but
yeah.
So how did you get into the radio business?
I kind of fell into it about 8 years ago. I was at uni studying, and I saw an advert on Twitter for a music platform that started to do a show. So I thought I'd apply. I thought, why not? It'd be fun, a little hobby outside of going to lectures every day. So yeah, I applied for that. I got the quote unquote job and started doing radio once a week on a small little station in Wembley. Yeah, it was really fun. Messed about, tried some new things, and then from there discovered that this was what I wanted to do.
Okay, so you found your calling.
Exactly.
What did you study at uni?
Business management.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the objective of that?
It was more so my parents and my grandma was like, go to uni. And I was like, okay. There was no plan. There was no... Yeah. I had no idea. I just went to uni because it was the next thing to do after school, college.
Okay.
And then I was like, sure, business, why not? But there's no plan, none at all.
And no guidance?
Nothing.
Okay. What did your parents do?
So my mum is in kind of like social work with young people.
Okay.
So she's been in that since I was born, I guess, but just like in schools or in semi-independent projects. And my dad, he was on radio when I was really, really young. Before I was born, when I was really, really young. And then he's just done like quite a few jobs since, like managers of places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the gift comes from your father then?
He would love to hear that. He would be so happy.
Okay, so he's there. I can imagine when he's listening to this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you learnt over your extensive career in radio that you wish you knew when you had started?
Oh my God, good question.
And how long have you been in the radio business?
Okay, so I've been in radio for 8 years now, and I think there's nothing. I feel like with this journey you learn so much along the way, and you're forever learning. And I'm a big believer in, everything happens for a reason, and you're meant to be in the right place at the right time. But I feel like I would just say to myself, maybe a few years ago, at the beginning of my journey, like, it's all going to be okay, and like, you enjoy this, so keep enjoying it.
Okay. What would you say to your 16-year-old self?
Oh, stop being a baby. I'd say stop being a baby. Like, you're actually going to be okay. That boyfriend is no good.
Okay.
Yeah, a few things. I think when I was 16, when you're 16, you're just young, you don't really know what's going on. You're just like living your best life. And I was a good 16-year-old. But I think, yeah, it's going to be fine. And leave that man.
Leave that man?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a man now?
Yeah, I do.
So you're happy?
Yeah, very. He's the best.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What would you say to another young person who wants to get into the industry?
I would say work really, really hard. I have the best job. I have so much fun at work. I'm so blessed and so grateful to do what I do. But it came with a lot of hours that I put in to get to the position that I'm in now. So I'd say, yeah, you've got to be willing to work really hard. You've got to have a certain level of love and passion for what you do. And you've got to network. I feel like that's a really important skill to have when you're kind of doing working in the creative industry, because sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. And if you're in the right places or your name's being spoken in the right rooms, then that can get you opportunities that you couldn't get from, you know, necessarily a degree.
Okay. So do you need a degree to do what you do?
No. I feel like presenting, hosting, broadcasting, there's a certain level that you might require a journalistic degree. If it's depending on what kind of route you want to go down. But for what I do, no.
And you do it 5 days a week?
Yeah.
And you do like the morning show?
Yeah, 5 days a week or 6 shows a week. I've got a Friday night show in which I DJ in.
Okay.
So I'm a DJ as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of music?
I play dancehall, hip hop and R&B. Those are the main.
Are you Caribbean?
Yeah, Caribbean and African.
Are you African as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I hear you. So, tell us give us a breakdown of how your day goes. Because as a presenter, you talk for 3 hours or something like that?
Yeah. So, show starts at 6:30.
Yeah.
We get into work at about 6 o'clock. Me, my producer, and my co-host will have a little chat, a little catch up from the day before. And then we'll chat about what we're going to do in the show today. Start the show at 6:30. Yeah, we speak quite a lot in the show because it's breakfast. It's the most interactive and content heavy and fun and engaging. So of course we play a lot of wicked music, but it's got to be engaging for our audience for the time slot that it's in. Finish the show at around 10 o'clock. We have interviews or meetings till about 11 a.m. And then from there, for me, it will either be the gym or other jobs and then the gym. So other voiceover bits, other hosting bits. Sometimes events come up in the evenings as well. Last night we went to a premiere for the new show on Amazon Prime called Jungle, which is really, really good, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, every day apart from the show is quite different.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be literally finish a show, go to the gym, I'm off, I'm finished for the rest of the day. I can do other admin stuff, live stuff. It just depends.
Your voice is very clear, sounds very professional. Did you have to develop that over the years?
Well, thank you. And yes, I have a bad habit of speaking really fast. And I have had that since I was a teenager. And I think radio naturally trains you when doing the job to enunciate, slow it down, play with your words so you're telling an engaging story, because when it's only audio, you have to captivate people in a way that body language, eye contact can't. They can just hear your voice. So you have to play around and learn certain things with what to do with your voice. But I've had training for voiceovers as well, just to fine tune certain things, because when, like I said, it's only your voice people are hearing. It has to be the most powerful thing because you haven't got any of the other things to guide you along with your message. So I had a little bit of training, but I guess over the years you fine tune what works for your voice, what you're good at, and then you figure it out from there.
Did you volunteer to get the training, or did the company say to you, we'd like you to get some training?
I volunteered.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah, like I said, with in this career, you never stop learning or you never want to stop growing. So, yeah, I thought, okay, if I want to do more things, better things, I'm going to need to get better.
You spoke about voiceovers.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things would you do voiceovers for?
So it'd be adverts for television or online media. I've done some album campaigns or single campaigns. So someone's got a new song coming out and they got an advert on the radio or the TV. You just hear so and so, brand new single out now. What else have I done? Yeah, those are the kind of two main things that I've stepped into at the minute.
Does your life ever seem surreal when you look back on things and from where you come from to where you are now?
Sometimes, yeah. I think when you live in your life, you kind of, sometimes it's easy to not forget, but you just live this every day. So you're like, okay, I get up and go to work. But it is nice to take moments and reflect, because then, you know, you appreciate how far you've come, how hard you've worked, and the magnitude of what you're doing. So sometimes when, I don't know, we have like a wicked guest on the show, or I do like a really sick DJ booking, there'll be moments and I'm like, oh my god, wow, this is me, this is what I do, this is crazy. And then, you know, you give your thanks. Yeah, and you hope for more.
How long have you been DJing for then?
About 5-6 years now, I think. I started learning, like I taught myself when I was at my second radio station. Like they had like a little second studio, and I just locked myself in there for hours and then just trying to figure out what the controller did. Like I used to get so frustrated in that small little room. Yeah, I think, yes, about 5-6 years now. So I still feel like quite new, quite young in DJing, because I know a lot of DJs started when they were like
teenagers.
Yeah, like with their parents, like 12, 13. Okay. So yeah, I still feel quite new, but it's been a minute.
How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
28.
Okay. So yeah, I see you. So you obviously started in your 20s. What was the hardest thing about being a DJ?
I
kind of goes together with what you do anyway.
Yeah. The hardest thing. I don't know. There's so many things that are difficult when it comes to DJing.
Give me a couple of them then.
Okay, so I think one of the hardest things as a woman is just being a woman as a DJ.
Really?
Yeah, I think in the last maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe a bit longer actually, they've become quite popular. But prior to that, it was like, you're a girl and you DJ? What do you mean? Like, girls don't really do that. It's a bit of a boy job. So that was having to prove yourself even more, that this is what you want to do, this is what you can do, and you're good at it. And then it became a bit popular in terms of anyone and everyone wanted to be a DJ, because it seemed fun, and it was just like, you get to go to cool places, you get free drinks, you get to like go in the clubs, you get good pictures. It just seemed cool. And then that kind of diluted, I guess, the pool, because there are some wicked DJs and then there was just loads of like, you know, alright ones, which I guess happens in every industry when, you know, it gets popular.
Yeah.
So I think having to like really prove yourself is tough, or was tough. And then you do the do, and then it is what it is.
Okay, that's good. Do you so you're a bit of a workaholic then, because if you're doing functions, you're doing what, festivals or bars or nightclubs or what have you? Are you traveling a lot?
Yeah, there's been periods when it's like up and down and up and down. I haven't really. I've done like a few international ones, but because I do breakfast and I work Monday to Friday, there's no room for
being away.
Yeah, exactly. So if I can do a quick weekend here, I'll try and do it. But there has been times you'll do like a late booking on a weekday, and it could be like just outside of London or in like a uni somewhere. Then you got to get back home and then start work the next day in the morning. But then there are times when it's like, okay, super quiet, I haven't got any bookings, so I'm chilled for this weekend or this week.
Why do you think DJing was seen as a man's job?
I think because only men did it. I think, I don't. There've always been women that DJ, always, but it was just a male-dominated industry. Still is, but there's a lot more women that do it now. So, and men doing men things when it comes to that, men want to mansplain sometimes. So if you could be the sickest DJ, but because you're a girl, they feel like they need to tell you where the headphone goes. Because you're a girl, they need to ask you, do you know what this button does?
Okay.
So I think that kind of put some women off. Like I know girls that won't DJ in certain venues. Or on the same lineup as certain people, because it's like, this is just going to be a hassle and a half. It's not even worth it.
Well, shouldn't they fight for it though?
There's some things that you can fight for. You got to pick your battles. There's some things that are not worth your personal peace of mind or your personal experience, and then there's some things that you go around the other way, and then you fight that way. You go somewhere else and you get booked at bigger stages or bigger places.
Yeah. Okay. So you bypass him and go up the ladder.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. Okay. That's interesting. What does the future hold for you?
What does the future hold for me? I love radio forever. I want to get married. I want to have some children. I want to retire and do voiceovers in my back garden. Like eventually when I get older, I would love to voice a cartoon one day. Okay. I think that would be amazing. I just want to keep working and doing things that I enjoy, and then creating a good life that I enjoy.
I hear that. That sounds good. So you don't think your life will have to change having kids and being a DJ and doing all of that?
It will have to change a little bit. I think there'll be it will have to change a little bit, but only as much as I let it. I mean, I guess I'm not going to be doing all the bookings big belly pregnant, or all the bookings if I've got like a newborn or I've got things to do in the house. But I got a supportive partner, so if I got to go out and play somewhere, he's at home with the kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Motivation is the question here, and what it is that you come in, you're quite bubbly. It's a bit quiet this morning, obviously early hours.
It's so early.
How do you manage to be motivated every time you go on that show? Because you go, I have to excuse myself. I don't listen to the radio, really. But you come on the radio and you're all bubbly, all happily. How do you manage to pull that off every day?
It's part of the job, for one, and it's part of the love. I think I like the thought of knowing that you're part of someone's routine every day. Like when I was younger, for example, I'd listen to the radio and I didn't really have an idea of that someone's job. Like you'd be in the car, you listen to the radio, someone's playing music, someone's speaking, and it's like, oh, okay, that was funny, or that sounds nice, or that was good, that's a nice song. And then as I started doing radio, I'd think back to those times when I was little and I'd get like a little shout out and it would be like, oh, that was so cool. So I think now I'm that person that is, making someone's day, or giving them a little laugh here, or giving them some like news they'd never heard of before, or whatever it is that we're doing. That's what makes me want to do it more. So I have a great team. My co-host and my producer are wicked. So when we get in the morning, we could be so tired. Like this morning, I'm so tired. I went out late last night, and it's going to be like, oof, this is a Thursday, but we're going to get in and we're going to get it done because we all love what we do, and you just feel good doing it. So I think for me, I mean, not every day is like, woo, happy, yeah, let's scream from the rooftops. Obviously, I'm a human being, and you get tired, you get demotivated, whatever it is, you get sick, but you get back to the core, and the reason why I do this is because I love this. So
okay, that's really, really good. The world, I got one couple more questions and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
The world's standing in front of you, 7.5 billion people.
Wow.
No pressure. And they're looking at you and they're saying, we want one sentence of wisdom based on your life experience so far. What would that be?
Okay. One sentence of wisdom based on my life story so far. Oh, this is so hard. You know why it's hard? Because we've been talking now for like 20 minutes and I talk loads. So one sentence is hard and I don't even know what to say.
Well, let's just let it come out, regardless.
One sentence of wisdom. I would just say to be happy. And it sounds so easy, it sounds so simple, and it's not always, but I think, yeah, I mean, you get one life. You want to live it the best that you can, so whatever you need to do to be happy, do that.
Okay. Where can people find you?
Social media, so all of the things, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It's at Shayne Marie.
You want to spell that for us?
ShaynaTMarie.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
Thanks for having me.
And we wish you well.
Thank you. That's so fun.
Okay. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day as well as vlogging on our social media channel. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.